Baby boomers are starting to retire now, and millennials are replacing them in the workforce. So caught in the middle, Generation X, trying to navigate the financial road to retirement. Tonight, Fox 11 investigates. Mark Leland has more on his investigation into what it takes to be financially ready to retire.
Being a saver, it's hard for me to...
Brent Weicker is a Generation Xer. He's 46. He started his own business in his mid-20s at a time when the average Generation Xer began putting money aside for retirement.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of my early money and capital went towards the business, getting it going. So some of the years when you should really be saving a lot and trying to earn I didn't have a lot of money to save.
But Weicker had saved enough early on to start that business, and he encouraged others to save, including his employees at Titletown Brewing Company. They typically are college students with that first job.
It was really hard to push people to save.
Weicker even offered his employees a way to save, a 401k plan at work with a matching dollar incentive. But the idea of saving for retirement 40 years away got overshadowed. Very few of his employees contributed to the plan, and it was dropped.
America, we're not good at saving, and I see it, amongst my staff at work. It's hard to put that money, put it away, and, kind of use self-discipline to save. It's hard.
Financial analysts recommend saving 10 to 15% of your paycheck. Savings, Social Security, a pension if you've got one, will all contribute to your retirement wages, which should equal 70 to 80% of your pre-retirement wages. But savings will likely make up the biggest portion. Economists and financial experts recommend at the low end you'll need at a minimum $1 million in savings, and likely more.
You might be looking at a Gen Xer who might need to save more like 1.5, 1.6 million. When they hear those numbers are so big, they're so daunting. Thinking about current personal situation, they're just like, I can't even imagine saving that much. And I think it's somewhat defeating for a lot of people.
Mark Schaefer teaches the dollars and cents of economics at St. Norbert College. He says Generation Xers came into the 401k system after it was a little more established.
I think each generation has progressively gotten a little bit better because they're starting to learn from the previous generations.
A vote this month in Congress could make it more difficult for some trying to save for retirement. President Trump signed the resolution overturning a federal rule designed to help states give more workers access to a retirement savings plan. Several states have been pushing to create their own plans. AARP supports greater access to retirement plans to help ensure retirees don't come up short.
That puts less pressure on the state of Wisconsin and the federal government to have to provide that gap.
Tens of millions of Americans work for companies that don't provide 401k accounts. Many of those companies employ younger, lower-wage earners not focused on retirement, like some employees at Titletown Brewing.
I'm a little more worried about some of the younger generation, like that, that don't save, and because saving's important. You got to be frugal, and it's hard, it's discipline, but ultimately it pays off.
For Fox 11 Investigates, I'm Mark Leland.